The Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. You have tuned in again to My Bumps Have a Purpose with Dr. Mel. And guess what? My sister's still here. And so we're going to talk and continue our evangelism conversation, because it's really something that needs to get out there. Yes, so sis, how you doing? You doing all right?
I'm good.
Okay, good. You don't understand, she's not my blood sister, but guess what? I think she is. I think I was born into that family big time, because we just melded and came together, and maybe it was the evangelism spirit in her that just drew me in, and how she draws in others, and then she just has such a caring spirit. That's what we need, you guys. Caring spirit. She does for so many people. She has such a large family too, and then she keeps them all kind of moving around. It's like a big puzzle piece, a huge puzzle.
A lot of dedication.
A lot of dedication. Her grandchildren love her, and that's what we're looking for. They see something in you that's important, and so thank God for you. That you have that kind of draw on the children, because there's a lot of them. How many grandchildren you got?
I have 17 grandkids.
17?
Yeah, grandchildren.
Jesus, I only have 3.
No, I have 18. Actually, I got a 2-month-old.
Oh, so that's right. That's right. One just happened. Yeah. That's right. 18. So 18 grandchildren. Can you imagine the lineage that's coming out even outside of that? How many of them are boys?
Ooh, I have more than girls. I think I have more boys than girls.
Really? Yeah. That's a turn then.
I think I have more boys than girls, or either it's equal, about equal.
That's actually interesting,
so
considering
all of them. Like
your level, your children, because you got more girls than boys, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I think it could be equal or about more boys coming in now, because the last few have been boys.
Wow, so that's good. So now we got to balance, because we did.
It's balancing out. I think I had more girls.
Yes, because there was a lot of girls running up in there, and they're very tall. I just want to let you know that all the children are tall.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be super tall, because the daughters are like super tall. But you're tall too.
6.
Yeah, it's about 6 feet. 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah, and what's Keisha? How old is Keisha?
She's about 5'11".
Really? Angel's taller?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yes, she's I think she's like 5'10", 5'11", about 5'10". So.
But your son is
6'6".
6'6". He's about as tall as Coach.
Yes.
As my husband. So, but a large family, but also just great spirits there, and so we're after them. But I also put myself in there and made sure that I was part of the family too. So yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm there. Yep. So we're still talking about evangelism and the things that we're doing. And so there's some great evangelists that were in the Bible. And I was doing a little study, and I didn't know that they were kind of the evangelists. I never saw them as an evangelist until I started reading in my Dakes. You know what book I'm talking about. We got that nice Dakes Bible, right?
Yeah.
And so.
And I actually saw that too, sis.
Yeah, it was interesting. And I was going, wow, but yes, it makes sense.
Right.
Because they wrote the 4 Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They started it out, and they were with him through that time. They were able to record everything that was happening. So, and then they took and told people about it, right? That's an evangelist. You tell them about the word. So the 4 Gospels, they saw everything, they experienced everything, they walked before him, they saw him be hung, bled, and die.
And they wanted the people to believe.
Yes, they wanted them to believe. Yep. That's what we got to do.
Yep. They was drawn.
And then I didn't even think about Mary Magdalene. First female evangelist, because what did she do? Same thing. She drew them in, and she was there all the time. So in John 20:18, after Mary meets the risen Christ at the tomb, she runs to the disciples and she shares the good news.
Right.
That's an evangelist, right? And so not only becoming the first woman, but she was the first evangelist, period, in the gospel. I don't think there were any others that were doing that.
It was her.
Yeah, she was the one. So how many types of evangelism methods are there? And let's kind of talk about these, because these are things I think we need to probably start getting into.
Okay.
And start doing a little bit more of, and figuring out how we can start doing it, and getting stuff going. Now that COVID is kind of settling down a little bit, we might be able to do things on a smaller scale.
Okay.
You know, one of them is outdoor preaching. There's a lady in Fort Worth off of Lancaster. She got a little SUV. She always on the corner evangelizing, right?
Okay.
One day, Vince, my husband and I, Pastor Vincent Maynor, and our pastor at church, he's our music minister also, Pastor Nathaniel Smart, we all were out there getting ready to feed the homeless. And so she's always out there. And my husband, who works in Fort Worth, drives up and down there all the time, and he always sees her. She's always out there with her bullhorn, preaching the word.
Okay.
Whether you stand there and come to her or not, she don't care. She gonna preach the word anyway, right there in that corner.
Preaching.
And you'll see her because she's out there all the time.
Okay. Where's she at? Is it downtown?
No, she ain't even downtown. She's up past, where we used to go work out. She's up a few streets up, going towards me.
Okay. Okay.
And she's always on the corner, hanging out. Nice lady, man. But she know the word. She's powerful. So we went over there, dropped off a seed offering, everything. But outdoor preaching, we could do that. I don't know why we haven't done a lot of it. But we could start doing something like that.
Yes.
Going into an area and just talking to people. We tried that one time, remember, at the mall. We got kicked out. We were just trying to just encourage.
And all that, but, it's rules.
We wanted to pray for some people, but we couldn't pray there. That was for sure. They found out about us, got kicked us straight out, ran up after. That was funny as heck. Oh my God, that was funny. And so then door-to-door preaching. Now, with this, you need to be in a group. You can't go up in there.
We need to prayer up.
Yeah, especially not these days. You can get snatched like that.
Yep.
I'm not trying to get snatched. And then travel to different areas, too, and giving out materials. We used to have some stuff that we handed out, and I think we still have a lot of it. Maybe it might be even in the closet. Just go in and handle out these little pamphlets and booklets. There's those things called the life books that we have on the table at our church. Awesome little things to help people kind of get themselves together.
Yeah, and then we're evangelizing. We want to also go out and make sure they have a way to contact us through prayer, coming in and just giving out our own little, whatever page we have or whatever, numbers and stuff like that, text message or something. That helps out a lot too.
Yeah.
It helps out. Just whatever we can give them to draw.
Yeah. Just to let them know, hey, we're thinking about you. Right. We want you to get well, or, we actually want you to get healthy, and follow Christ too.
Right.
We just want to tell you the excitement we have about being followers of Christ.
And that God loves them.
Yeah, and God loves them.
Come in.
That's the key right there. And I think,
loves them.
my mother might be watching this. So I got to be really careful about how to say this. I come from a family that did not say the word "I love you" much, and so when I heard that a couple times from my husband, I was going, "Yeah, all right, whatever."
Right.
I didn't believe him because I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what love was.
You wasn't used to the word.
I wasn't used to the word at all, and so I think we threw it around too loosely. And I didn't feel it. But then when I came to Christ, I felt something totally different. And that whole love thing just it saturated me. Yeah. And now I feel like, I almost felt like a wimp at times, because I'm like, I'm all giddy and I'm like, oh my God, with anything now. That wasn't me at one point.
You was able to walk in Christ's love, so you got familiar with the way it feels.
Oh my God.
So then your husband and other people, you was familiar with that feeling.
Yes, and so it connected, and I was like, wow, this is what that is. Because I've been married before, and my husband, and I heard that word, but then I heard also, when you hit me upside my head and you beat me up. If that's what love is, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want that.
It hurts. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's right.
Not
I don't
that type
want
of love, right?
Not that type of love.
Right.
And so you're right. I felt Christ's love, and that's what we need to be doing with people. So when we go into the store, when you go anywhere, somebody walk with, just smile at them, do something to show them, because that smile could carry them a long way.
It do. And I remember you saying something about going to a store. I was telling you the other day, I remember a lady where I worked at, I've been a manager over 20 plus years, but I had a store, Family Dollar store. And I remember a lot of people came in and they just really, I kept on gospel music, the anointing in the place. And a lot of them came in just to draw from the music.
Wow.
Having a bad day, and they tell me I'm checking what the music. The girl was been here 10, 15 minutes. I was been here 30 minutes listening to this music. What you doing in here? That was just music was drawing them. Just me putting it in the atmosphere for them.
Wow. Look at that.
Using that.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
to draw. And I remember a lady, she came in and she said that I remember her coming in, and she was talking about just different people come in, first of all. But this particular lady, I didn't really remember. I saw her in the grocery store. Remember, I was telling you about that another situation. I'm going to talk about the other one. I saw her at a grocery store, and she was telling me that she came in a Family Dollar. She said, I remember, I went in the store, and I'm just going my own little way or whatever. And she said, I remember you from that Family Dollar. She said I was going through and I was this and I was that, and she was just telling me, because I went through a checkout, and she was telling me, her trials and everything she was dealing with at the time.
Yeah.
And she told me just from the drawing, just from the spirit, just from me taking the time out, being patient and just showing her that I care about her being just a stranger, that individual. And she appreciated it. She said, I'll never forget it. She said, I've been blessed. I got a car now. I got a home now. She said, I grabbed hold to that word, and I grabbed hold to what you said, and I remembered it. And she said that, and I was wondering when I was going to see you again. And I saw her, and it was years later, and she still remembered and held on to just that one time.
See, that's evangelism right there. That's true evangelism, and that she held on to it. And like she said, she knew she'd see you one day. But that's evangelism. You made an impact on her, just with music, the things like that. And I think we forget that sometimes it's music that soothes it.
It is.
And then not only that, just a kind word, just a kind word. So okay, good. That's good stuff right there. In a group, traveling to different areas, like you were saying, giving out materials. Then there's lifestyle preaching. This is our lifestyle, and us living it. And leading by example.
Yes.
The hardest thing, I pray, and I'm going to take a survey one day of our church and of the children and the young women that are there. What do you see in me? Do you see the right things? And, are you making the right decisions? And that, am I in the back of your mind?
Right.
You are. I want to be that little angel on your shoulder.
You are.
When you get ready to do the wrong thing. That's who I want to be. That you get there and go, man, Dr. Mel is not going to like that. I better not do this. Because it's going to hurt you. We should be that for these young people coming behind us. Because one, who going to take care of us? They all jacked up.
That's a lot. You're right. Just being that voice they hear.
Right.
That conviction. And that's really what we want.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Conviction. That's right.
And I know sometimes I can get up and call my family or something, and they can just hear it. They can hear it in my voice, kind of like, I don't know to say yes or no, I'm not feeling good. What's this excuse I'm gonna give it a day? But I say something to that conviction. I need the word, and God uses me to convict the spirit. So they be like, when I hang up, they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
And they show up.
They do. They
So
might get there late.
Yeah.
But they sure coming because they're like, shoot, I just sat there and I can't do that. And I'm so glad that thank God you're doing that even more. And there are some people that are missing, so we need to go after them that we haven't seen in a while.
Right.
And so we probably need to kind of be the convicting spirit.
Yeah.
I was hoping that my morning manners would convict because, that stuff is some rich stuff.
Yes,
it should hurt you.
Yes.
I want it to just pierce you so hard that you're like, okay, I need to get my act together. I surrender. Yes, that's a good one. I surrender.
Yes. No more running.
Because we need to. It's lifestyle preaching, and so I'm living what I'm doing.
Right.
And you know what? I feel much better. And I keep telling people I don't have all the drama anymore. No sickness. No nothing. Yeah, I got a few aches and pains, but that's because I'm getting older. But other than that, that's all I have.
I don't feel like we're in bondage anymore.
That's right. No more bondage. Do you don't want bondage? Get rid of it.
Right.
That's all you got to do. What about artistic preaching? There's some artistic things. We do it in song, of course, We
do.
I know that I have to always tell this story. Now that she's here, I can tell this, that, thank God for the altos, because I mean, the altos rule. Pastor Smart, I know you're probably gonna watch this. Altos rule,
yes.
And so, thank God it's just me and you.
Right.
But you don't realize how much you lift me up to sing because you're there. When you're not there, it's very difficult, because we're like a symphony together.
Right.
And so without that symphony, it's kind of hard to make music.
Right.
And so you are like a help. Yeah, we're very unified. Even though we had a few other altos, they just didn't. They sitting in the audience, but
faithful,
but
committed.
we're the faithful ones.
Right.
But I know your tune, you know mine.
Right.
And then we start to just mash.
I look for you to, like, okay, so I'm up over her, down under. We kind of just kind of feel each other.
Yeah, we feel each other out
to balance it out.
And we now know how to balance
Right.
it. So I mean, I'm like, man, I'm so glad that I got somebody. And the same thing happens probably even in The Soprano with First Lady and with Chastity. They balance each other out. And now Pastor got somebody
Right.
too, because Brother Dennis is on point.
Right.
He's really excited about coming in, and Pastor's probably excited too that he got that other big male voice that's there. So I think I thought that Sunday we sang, man, it was so beautiful.
It was.
Because you can hear everybody.
Yeah, and then Pastor broke us up. It was really nice.
Yes.
And I said, here you go.
Yeah. He's getting ready to have some fun now.
Yeah. So I thank God for Pastor Smart.
Song, doing it through song, and then plays. I am in one of my goals is to actually take my book and turn it into a play.
Okay.
Because there's scenes in each part of the book. Each piece is a different situation.
Right.
And so I wanted to kind of do that. And so I do have a lady that can do it for me. I need to write the screenplay. She sent me the template. I haven't sat down to write that yet.
Okay.
Because I got too much on my plate.
You do.
But
it's coming.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
And I'm going to do it. So plays, and we can do that.
Right.
Have plays. I even think we could do it at our church.
Okay.
One Women's Day. We just have a little skit, and we start out that way.
Right.
What's your idea about that?
Just a little skit.
Yeah.
So what would it just like a just drawing from just that?
Could be a drawing. Yeah, we could. We could do that. When somebody be over there downtrodden or whatever, and then we could do something like that. So
Just
keep
like
that in the back of your
Yeah.
mind.
How we could do something with a skit on evangelism. I think that'd be good.
And then you see that person. Yeah.
Kind of how we talk to them and see they pull or see how we can pull, and they different personalities coming in to see how we can use them in the skit. As far as this person might be this way and that way in the skit. We can do some stuff
we
with
can
that.
probably make up something with that.
That might be fun. Some might pull away and
I'm all for that Christian thing.
And then some might just come in humbly and all. That'd be a good. Just think about it.
Okay, let's think about that one.
That might be really good.
Now, movies are another are artistic preaching too, and you've seen the men actually went, and we probably should go see it too. My father's yes, but it was an awesome movie. I loved it, and I think even the women need to see it. Because it shows strong men in that movie, and I think we should go and check it out too.
I was saying something like that too to my husband. We do need to see it.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie because it tells you a lot about who men are and those men that are truly believers.
Right.
It really does, and what they went through.
Yeah.
But the word that I actually, no, I can't say that on TV. Never mind.
We talked about it.
But here's what happens too with the artistic preaching, because it does cost money and time, and a lot of people don't want to sacrifice that.
Okay.
They don't want to sacrifice their means of entertainment.
Right.
And so, but why shouldn't we add the gospel? That's what we do. They got everything else on TV. Everything.
They do.
I mean, everything. And so why can't we do that?
Right.
Next thing is booklet preaching. Booklets and leaflets, and again talking about the life books, and those things, and I would love to, and I wonder where we can go get these. Right, we notice that a lot of people in our church that are new coming in don't have a Bible, and we need to get them one.
Right, and just have some
available all the time
when they come in.
That would help
already
them.
Have it. They can already go.
And then have that for them personally. For them, I don't know if we could get some from donations or what. We might want to look into that. That's an evangelism moment.
Right.
What we can do to do
Just
that. First Lady may even know.
Yeah, and even our women's group, we can start discussing that. And we already have some Bibles on hand.
Right.
And I think the women to get on
one accord with that.
On one accord with that.
Okay, cool. Internet preaching. Sounds like we're doing that right about now. Although we're not preaching, we're having a conversation.
Right.
However, but we could, with some of the things that we're doing on Kingdom Purpose TV, some of the things we're doing on a lot of other stuff, what Pastor Henry does even during Sundays, Sunday worship.
Right.
We're the internet is a free space for us to teach the word and preach the word. And so, come and check us out at Word Fitly Spoken. You can also do Function in the Unction with Julian Kent on Kingdom Purpose TV. My show, My Bumps Have a Purpose. You can find us all on YouTube. You can also go to Word of Truth International Ministries. There's plenty out there on Facebook, on YouTube also. We have a YouTube channel there. You can see us all in action.
And our pastor, too.
And yes, and our
talk show.
Yeah, our is he doing it on there? Well, he hasn't done it yet in a while.
Oh, in a while. Okay.
It's been a while, but you know what? Pastor's coming back on as well.
Okay.
But so you'll be seeing him too. But there's so much out here that we could do for you, and you don't ever have to miss out.
Right.
I know COVID kind of kept people inside, but you know what? The internet is still there. It didn't change. So instead of watching all that crazy stuff on the internet, watch some word. Get some word. Get some word. That's what you need to do. Yes.
Right.
Relationship preaching. This method has two sides to it. So first of all, it allows us to kind of deepen our faith.
Right.
And a faith of people around you too. And hopefully people that are followers of Jesus Christ. But then there are others. And secondly, it grants us the opportunity to reap the most out of our relationships with the unbelievers,
right,
and then to teach them the ways of the Lord.
Right.
So I would hope that we're all gleaning from each other and getting that word in us, and that way, we're not afraid to go out and teach the unbeliever,
right,
and tell them, hey, this is what you need. And here's what can help you. What's
going to save you.
This will save you. It'll comfort you. If you just follow this.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen soon. We need to think about those things.
We're talking about doing some things. So
yeah.
I think we're going to make a lot of this happen real soon.
Okay, cool. I'm excited then.
I'm bored with it.
So we're going to discuss our next steps in kicking up the evangelism movement in our ministry. Okay. So here's some questions. What are you thinking about currently doing?
Just what we're kind of talking about.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of things that we're discussing as we speak now about getting women, even men, people coming in, and we want to sit up around in groups and start talking to them about the word and let them know their worth, and let them know that they're special and that they have an opportunity to come in. So that's one thing that I'm currently in process of trying to put together.
That's awesome then, because we need that.
We do.
And we need somebody to head it up. So thank God it's you. I got enough on my plate heading up everything else with the administrative part of our church. but yes, that's great.
Where they're comfortable. Sometimes they're not really comfortable taking a step going right into the ministry. Yeah. But just like a little small setting where they can feel comfortable with asking questions and just talking to us, and we're there to give them what they need, just to build them up and stuff like that.
That's a good point. Building them up.
Right.
If we don't build up the person, they're never going to get healed.
Right.
So we got to build them up. Tell them how good you are. Right. Hug on them. Love them. No matter what they smell like, what they look like. No matter what, just hug them and love on them.
And let them know that the Bible tells us we have all fallen short.
You think?
We have all fallen short. So they have to know our story. They have to know our testimony to know, okay, my story might not be as bad because they're hearing.
That's a good point. I try to give everybody my book because I don't know if half the people can go through what I went through and then still be walking around here.
You have a story.
When I
heard your story, I was like, and look at her today.
It's a story. And but I also understood I had to go through that.
Yes.
Because of all of you out there.
Yes.
Everybody that I'm talking to, everybody that I worship with, I had to go through it so they can see progress.
Right.
That's the key. You can't be an evangelist and be broke down. It's just not going to work.
And they have the same opportunity.
Same opportunity that I did.
Yep. You just got to want it.
That's the key right there. Did you hear that?
They got to want it.
You got to want it. That's the only way it'll happen if you want to change. You got to want to drop some of that stuff that's just not doing you any good.
Right.
And it's not helping inspire your life. It doesn't add to your life. It's taking away.
And I remember saying something, and it was like giving up the worldly things. You have to give up the worldly things, of course. Right. And then I heard somebody say one, and it was like I was thinking about it. Say, what are they giving up anyway? Hangovers. They're giving up this. They're giving up that.
That's a good point.
What they're giving up? Think about that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're giving up all the
we didn't tell you stop breathing.
Right. So they're giving up the things we don't need anyway.
That's right. You said, what are they giving up?
Hangovers. Or, whatever else they're doing bad or whatever.
That's
giving
a
that
good
up.
point.
Feeling miserable the next day. So it's a dip from the addiction.
Yeah, I'd like to give that up. That's for sure. So that's really interesting. I never saw it that way. Yeah. But that's true. You're you're giving up all the bad stuff. Yeah. I mean, but you really want to keep that. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's an exercise we should do with our new younger group. Mm-hmm. Write down all the things that you do now and be truthful about it.
Right.
And then tell me what's good about it.
Right.
If none of those are good, why can't you get rid of them?
Give it up.
Just give them up.
Give it up.
If they're not adding worth to your life,
right,
give it up. That's a good exercise. I think that you should all use that. Use that what she just said. Hangover, that's what you're giving up. Okay. I mean, that's okay.
2 minutes.
Then 2 minutes. All right. All right. Yeah. The engineer says I got 2 minutes, so I got to get these out. So we know that we got a lot going on, but what are the events in the future? You actually kind of mentioned that already, so I'm not even going to even talk about that, because you already said that there's some things that we can be putting together with our cell groups and getting stuff going with our young youth and with our young women. Right. So yes, I will definitely be a part of that.
I want to do like a spa day too.
Spa day,
like a Christian spa day.
Christian,
we get all of us together and we go and we talk about that, and we just be in there in the spa and stuff. We do just Christian, like our music, our books, and just going in, just relaxing in the Lord.
So we need to pray about that. Yes, let's pray about that, because God can give us the finances for we can have our own.
Yes,
yes, we won't need anybody else.
Yes.
And then if the audience wants to reach you, how can they find you?
I'm at Word of Truth with you.
You're at Word of Truth, so you already heard it.
Right.
I already told you anyway where she was, but you can actually come to Word of Truth International Ministries at 823 North Center Street, Arlington, Texas 76011. We're right about 1 mile from the AT&T Stadium. We're right there. Just come on and worship with us on Wednesdays and Sundays, and just enjoy and feel the presence of the Lord.
We love to have you.
Yeah. So we got to go. Rita, I'm so glad that you came and be with me. Thank you so much. Please don't let this be the last time.
Right.
I would love for you to come.
You're such an inspiration.
All the time.
You really are, sister. I love her. Yeah,
well, I definitely love you back, because considering they let me in the family, so I'm okay with that. But we have to go right now. So thank you again. Come next week. We got some more great things coming up. Whole new genre this month is about the purpose-driven piece of what everybody's out there doing, and I'm going to bring on another guest, and she's one of my favorites as well. So I'm excited about that. So thank you so much. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.
God bless you.